Hi, we're talking to Alyssa Worrell today in the lounge. We're super excited to talk to Alyssa. She's been using PocketSuite since 2018, and she is the founder and CEO of Mothering with Intent. I am blown away. I'm super excited to talk to her about her business. I know all you moms out there, particularly during COVID, have umpteen questions for her, so I'm going to try to represent you well. Alyssa, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so honored.
So, Alyssa, I'm a mother of two toddlers, so I'm just gonna like completely open the kimono as we talk about the work that you're doing. So, first of all, can you just tell me where did this all begin for you? MWI.
MWI. Well, first of all, it's my sister and myself. I'm the co-founder with my sister, Andrea Ferguson Peterson. And Mothering with Intention started on behalf of our mom, who we always say, had a powerful journey of breast cancer, not just once, but twice, right? So she gave us such a different experience. I know some people are like, what, but we had such a different experience with it that our perspective is always, the glasses always half full, no matter what, So we always say probably our insight and looking at things in terms of breast cancer and, having a parent transition is a bit different. But we knew that our experience as kids was very unique. And we wanted that same experience for our kids, right? But she wasn't there. So we're like, okay, listen, we gotta make this something amazing. And we knew we wanted it to be different. And so we figured, hey, let's just jump in. But we knew that we couldn't be the only moms out there trying to figure this out and wanting this amazing, experience for our kids. So we just started. One day I went to another mom event and I was like, wait a minute, I need this right now. So literally, we started with something called Story Time for Moms, and it's still happening, right? We'll start back up in February because we take breaks because we're moms. We're not doing like the extra super CEO schedule. That's not our schedule. So moms love our schedule because look, our schedule for Story Time for Moms, let me tell you what it is first. I get so excited. But it's a 20-minute call because moms are busy.
Love it.
Number one.
Love it.
Okay? 20-minute call. It's a hit it and get it. It's a powwow. And we really feature the aha moment. It's about the aha moment about parenting. That's really what it is. Right? And then, my sister, first of all, we started with the party. Obviously, you can tell I'm the one with the blue hair.
I love it. I love it.
Party. Oh my God. And it's a genuine party because what mom that literally can stop for 20 minutes for her.
Yeah.
Alone, right?
Yeah.
So we're excited. The moms are coming on the line. We're like calling everybody's name like they're on the red carpet. We're excited. My sister always has to calm me down. That happens for 2 minutes, right? And then she comes on, she introduces, we tell our story as to why we started it, right? Which I just shared with you. And then we either have a celebrity guest. I mean, we've had movie stars. We've had CNN anchors. We've had what we call regular moms who we think are the superstars anyway, right? We've had actresses. If you go on our website, you'll be able to see some of the people that have come on just to tell their story. What's amazing is, I don't care how famous they are or, wherever, the bottom line, which makes us so unique, is that at the end of the day, we're all moms, right?
Yeah.
I don't care if you're Japanese, Indonesian, right? You got to think about it. If somebody is hurting your kid, it's going to sound the same in Indonesian, Japanese, and American. Our heads may be moving different, and the Indonesian mom will be like, but you feel what she's saying.
Right.
So that all happens in a culminated call of 19 minutes, 59 seconds where they share that moment. It is so powerful. And then at the end, I come behind and I just do an encouraging, hey, listen, we can do this. We got this. 20 minutes, we're off the call.
Wow.
And so, the schedule, of course, is a mom schedule.
Yeah.
We always say, hey, guys, we won't be on because it's my birthday or it's Andrea's birthday or it's our kid's birthday or it's Father's Day. And they're like, yes, I'm glad because I'm trying to cook this food. So our schedule is not going to look like a regular podcast schedule or a regular, but that's how story time for moms happened. And it just evolved into what I needed, what my sister needed. And so if you look at our website, you'll see the courses. Our courses are, of course, different.
Yeah.
For example, one of the courses is why I can't seem to get it together with my kid syndrome.
Yep.
Why is time running instead of me running time?
Yeah.
We have for wives, we have the parenting boot camp, because this feels like a boot camp. Don't you feel like you're in a boot camp?
Oh, for sure.
Right?
A 20-year boot camp.
Do the lot, do your job, look cute, all of that. That's boot camp life. So either way, that's how all of that evolved, and it's still evolving. And one of the things I'm really passionate about, because everything that you see there, everything that we're about is because we're either just coming out of the fire of it or we're in the fire. So the one that's next is winning the heart of your daughter. Wow. The second one, of course, the pandemic happened at home, which is what, why we're here. But that's where it started, and that's my story. I'm sticking to it, and we're rocking with it.
That is so awesome. I am hearing more and more stories where people are like looking at themselves and their own experiences and saying, this is an asset. And how do I open up and share it? Right. I love this. So let me ask you a question though, because I obviously have lots of people in my own life that, have gone through lots of struggles. And when you're a young child, it's more likely to feel like trauma when you have someone that's close to you that's going through this, and not a time for celebration. How did you find your way to the light on this, to be able to kind of share it in this way?
One of the reasons I think is, and not just because she was my mom, but she really was very, and I'm sure everybody's going to say this about their mom, but she was very special. Very, very special. She was very different in her own respect, right? Now, of course, I always tell the story as I speak on different platforms that I think I was grieving for maybe 3 years and didn't even realize I was still grieving, right? But it was so painful, right? To where you feel like you couldn't even catch your breath, that I had to. And then, as my life was moving and I began to develop in, ministry and different things that I was doing, and I'm a former military person, former medical background.
Wow.
All those things kind of drew me out
together
because of the needs of people. And I found myself, really talking to people, about what it's like to transition your parent as an adult. I don't care what anybody says. It's different. It's different. When you're over 25, 27, 28 years old, and you're transitioning your parents, and my parents died 36 months right after each other.
Oh, gosh.
Right?
Oh, gosh.
So when you ask, how did I get to that place? We're still there. And the classes and the courses are healing for us.
Okay.
Do you make sense?
Yeah.
Whenever we're on the call with moms, we literally can feel her presence. We hear her conversation. We say some of the same things that she says. Like every call we share with people, the story that she would say, or the slogan that she would say, sick or well, I'm going to work. Wow. Well, those are the things that developed our work ethic. Sick or well, I'm going to work. Mm-hmm. So you would see her get up, having had chemo the day before. She obtained several degrees all the way through. If she had a little more time, she probably would be a doctorate to this day.
She is special.
Right?
Wow.
So that's what we saw.
Yeah.
She was one of the first Black child life specialists in New York. Now that's a popular thing. Back then it was not popular. She developed the wing in what was, oh my gosh, Interfaith Medical Center in New York. That wing that's there, she helped to develop that. So when you say, how did we're still working through it. Still pushing, because remember, we still have every holiday. She was the matriarch. Every holiday she did the cooking. It's hard for us to cook. You understand? And we're of Caribbean descent also. So it's hard, the smells and the taste of things. So it has to become healing.
Wow.
And we're still there. This call, anytime we get to talk about, why do you do what you do? Because of my mom, because of my dad, to be able to say that is healing. So,
well, so how fortunate you are that you're able to come together with your sister to do this. What you haven't said yet, which is yet another kind of, bomb to drop, is that 5 kids, medical personnel, military personnel, like 5 kids, 5, that alone.
right.
How,
well, for us, we have 3 of our own.
Yeah.
We have 3 of our own. So, but what's your question? Go ahead.
How are you thinking about the work you're doing and pulling it into the context of the relationship and interactions you're doing with you're having with your children? Is it in some ways, are they the real live kind of studio and model for the things that you're then turning into curriculum and workshops and interactions with others?
Yeah. When I tell you, and I'm not trying to when I tell you we are in the fire of it, right? We're conversating about everything. On purpose, we're at the dinner table. We're, the news is on and we're talking. And, when you have a son that you're raising as a young adult and your conversations are different, they're just, and for a while I was in denial, like, oh, I don't have to talk to my son. He don't.
Yeah.
But I had to say the word. I had to say, son, when you get in the car, take off your hood.
Yes.
Son,
yes.
You cannot walk into the store like that.
Yes.
It's mind blowing.
It is.
It is going. So when you say, how are we bringing them in? Because we're in the fire, and because of just the lifestyle that we choose to live. You got to think, we're raising these young people, and then the world is trying to raise them too.
Yes.
So we're having conversation and culture all at the same.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
We're, our world is a little creative in our house. Like yesterday, my husband is the music person. So they're sitting there watching verses together. I don't know if you know about Jeezy and Gucci Mane. No. But I think it is amazing. Like they sit and he knows the words, they know the words. I mean, there are 3 different generations in my house. Yeah. But it's that kind of thing that we do. Some people may say, oh, that's ridiculous. No, it's not. Like, you don't know what they're listening to. Yeah. But not only do we know what they're listening to, but it means something to him too. Like he's yelling, oh my gosh, I know that. And she's like, oh my God, Dad, that's not, Wow. So we bring by conversation, we bring them in by situation, right? Yeah. And I'll tell you, we've been impacted by COVID.
Say a little bit.
So, right at the address right here. Wow. So this is a very real conversation for me. You understand? Yeah. Being able to say, I know what it means when you have to just give your loved one the, meals at the door. Wow. That's what we just came out of. Wow. You understand? Yeah. But, and so I think that's what intensifies what we do even more. Yep. Whenever we open our mouth, it is from the depths of our soul, and we are literally sharing the real. Okay. Sharing the real. So
let's talk about the sort of mechanics of the business. Give me a profile of your clients and how they find you. I imagine word of mouth is a powerful attractor, but how does that happen?
One of the primaries is whenever I speak, right? I'll speak mostly at women's conferences, or people will have me at different workshops and they'll say, oh my gosh, you got to come speak to our girls, or you got to come speak to our women, or, hey, can we have you come to, wherever? And I will do that. Others may happen through just interacting in conversation with their kids.
Interesting.
Right. And then, one mom may say, well, she got my kid all the way together. So you probably call her. You probably call her. Or you have young moms that are like, oh my God, she sat with me on the phone and helped me clean my house, because it was just a lot.
Yeah.
It's just different different connections like that. We're not that I don't want to be totally out there, but I love the very what do you call it? It's very authentic, very, what's the word? Grassroots.
Yeah.
Right. Because the thing about it is, with what we do, you have to want this. I'm sure everybody feels like that with their company, right?
Yeah.
But you have to seek it out, because at the end of the day, I tell people, if you look at one of our forums, you don't have to listen to anything I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I'm just saying, mama, if that baby is 3 years old, listen to what I'm saying. Now you can bring him back to your bed if you want to.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but here's what you're kicking the can down the road, right?
Now, and we're gonna sing this bedtime story together. Okay, sing. She cried because she knows at the end of this song, I'm gonna have her walk out of the room. Wow. Sing, mama.
Wow.
She crying. Go ahead, walk out of it. You're fine. Go ahead. I'm talking to the one. You're fine. Let's go.
Yeah.
Close the door.
Wow.
Put your thing on, your camera on. Is he breathing? Yes, he's breathing.
I went through that. Oh no.
What is supposed to do? Let me get the medical part of why he's supposed to clear out his lungs.
You're killing
There's something called satiation. If a child doesn't know how to satiate themselves, they will have a problem as an adult. Yeah. Everything is connected. Go and take your shower by yourself. Do not go back. Those are the things. Right? Because why? Because I was the mother with the car seat in the bathroom, shower door open, okay, talking to the baby that's crying while I'm trying to take this 3-minute shower.
Oh my God.
That was me. But I was not the only one.
Yeah.
If mothers are taking showers.
Yeah, that's a big if. Yeah. So you're one part coach, one part therapist, one part child psychologist, one part friend. So you I mean, there's just so much going on here. How do you, I mean, I know with just as I've 2 toddlers under the age of 4, and I know the early part of motherhood for me, there was a lot of shame about all the things I didn't know, and about the things I was kind of bringing into this relationship because my own relationship with my mom and family.
Right.
So how like, with most businesses, it's like you're buying a service, like, oh, I'm going to get my hair done. I'm going to do this. It's like a positive thing. I feel good about it. Everyone feels good. This feels like heavy, and it's like a tough conversation to just admit that I need help in this realm. Women, we live in this guilty place. How do you help people help themselves to your services, right? Because there's a sales element to it that's tricky. It's really tricky.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I think to the point of, I hope I'm going to answer this correctly. How do we do it? First of all, by example, teaching people self-compassion. To your question, how do we bring people to it? Is that what you're saying? How do we walk people through it?
Like, how do you get them from, I went to a workshop, I heard you speak, and yes, I'm going to sign up and I'm ready to take on, this journey with you?
Well, the business sales part of it is still there, right? But I don't like the, feeling like I'm selling a car feeling, because I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate it with everything in me, right? But, we share the opportunity. We share the opportunity to, number one, just feel better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We share the opportunity to, I'm sure you're here in this profession, to get the work done, right? Yeah. We share the opportunity to, look at, where do you want to be next week? We don't say 35 years from now. Where do you want to be next week? Do you want to have the bathroom clean or the kitchen? Let's pick one. And that's like, I would love just the kitchen to have no dishes. That, because you know what? Honestly, it really does not end up being about the dishes. It ends up being all the questions that you need to answer as to why the dishes are still there.
Yeah.
Why did you allow yourself to keep passing it?
Yeah.
not care of it. You'll be surprised. It goes, some people, we got to take them all the way back to, well, the reason I did, because you know what, as a kid, and you have that mom sitting there thinking about, you know, her upbringing and her parenting and her mom. And,
Yeah.
you know, one of the analogies that we always have to do is we have to talk about, where did you get your parenting from?
Yeah.
And sometimes moms are like, I don't know. Okay, where did you get that from? My mother? Okay, where did she get that from? I don't know. You know, and it begins to really break down all of those things that really kind of get you centered and get you focused. And you realize, you know what? I don't wash the dishes because, and then you get to fill in the blank.
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand? Because everybody wants to clean kitchen. Yeah. Even the bums.
Yep.
Right? But the thing about it is, when you start admitting, you know, this really is an example of how I feel on the inside.
Yeah.
You understand? Like, we have the conversation, the real conversation. Yeah. About the conversation. You know, it's like, okay, my kids are and their toys are all over the place, and I'm tired of Are you tired of walking on them? Or are you tired of taking the time that it takes to train them to put that toy
in the right place?
Basket.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And to retrain them on what training is, on what parenting is. Yeah. And then we have a great understanding of parenting. It's ing at the end, which means it's a continuous thing. So that's why I need to slow down. And if it's a matter of we spend all day in the playroom, because we need to practice picking up all of these toys, so that at the end we can just go, yay.
Yeah.
To make one dent in a, you know, create a new DNA.
Right.
That's what it is. And then having moms not feel bad about that.
Right. Right.
Hey, who told you that every single room in your house was supposed to be perfect? Well, with my mom, and, you know, I said, believe me, I get it, because, you know, Caribbean descent, and I'm sure Nigeria, you get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, that's a whole situation.
Yes.
By itself.
It sure is. It sure is.
Part of our cultural DNA, cleaning. Well, your house ain't clean?
Yeah, exactly.
What do you mean?
Exactly. Exactly. The judgment doesn't end. Yeah. Let me ask you this. What are your most popular services? Like, when you think about, you know, yeah, what are the most popular services, and why do you think they are?
I think the most popular services are the boot camps. Okay. Because for the wives, because they're like, you know, in these houses, it's happening. It's going right. And especially now, the parenting boot camp, because you have parents at home working. Yep. And kids at home, the whole dynamic is changed, right? Yeah. Like, you got to imagine, we have CEOs and COOs sitting next to their kid at the computer too, and they're conducting like $1 million business.
Oh yeah.
You know, like, yep. Be quiet.
Exactly.
What?
Yeah, I can't tell you how many people on Zoom calls I've seen, like Starship Enterprise backgrounds. It's like, you don't want to see what's going on in my house right now. Let's just move on.
But I think those are the two. And then when we offer those two as private sessions, I'm finding that, and I think they asked me that one question. Yes. What have I done to turn even that experience? Yes. The private sessions are amazing. Yeah. You know, but it also speaks to the condemnation. It speaks to the shame that's happening. Well, yeah, you know, we want the community, like, we want to get on the screen and say, oh my gosh, it's not just me. Yeah. But then you don't want to, you know, especially those who are of different cultures. Yes. And tradition. Yes. Oh, there's no way.
Yes, exactly.
No, my stuff.
Exactly.
You know, if you hear me say, you know, I'm the only person that can cook in my house because my husband does not eat. You know, you'll be thinking like, you know, oh, they won't understand. They won't. Right. Yes. But and you're sitting and you're thinking, you're talking through tradition, and you're talking through culture. Yes. And mixing that with faith, understanding, and where you are. And, you know, yes, it becomes different. So to your question, those two have been the most popular. And then also transitioning them to one-on-one, a full, what's normally 6 weeks
coaching
session of people.
Yes.
Have a one-on-one, and then because it's one-on-one, the intensity is I'm finding sometimes I have to do every single day.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's been a major transition, so we even have to increase on that. So I found we'll have to do that because more is offered when people feel comfortable, when they feel safe. You get to the truth.
Yes.
You get to the truth. And, of course, every time it's 100% authentic, it gives you so much room for breakthrough, right? Gives you so much room for breakthrough. So that's been the biggest things for us, those two.
You are a miracle worker. It's clear. You're just you're singing so much truth to I think the lives we're all leading. Two additional questions on this. So one is, as you think about COVID, and it sounds like you've had some COVID moments in your house, and that's been sort of one layer. How has COVID affected your business? Has that, clearly it's increased the number of people who have a need for how do I manage all of this? But how has it impacted as you think about the kinds of things folks are asking for help with? How is it different, sort of prior to COVID versus now?
I think it is different now because the need is different. People are sensing they have a sense of, wait a minute, something is wrong, or an urgency to figure out, okay, I gotta do something different.
Yeah.
Versus when we were out, when we're out in the world, you can go out to your clubs, you can let it go, you can, office parties, you don't have to really deal and dig in.
Yes.
So now all of that energy is now transferred to a concentrated moment, which is your address.
Yes. Yes.
Do you understand? So it's like sifting through all these layers, figuring out that your home is not actually your safe place.
Yes.
That maybe it's office. Maybe you were having, and no disrespect, but maybe you were having emotional affairs at the office, and that's why you were so grounded there. But when you come home, it's like,
sustained.
Why?
Yeah.
Why did I do this?
Yes.
Who is this person? Whose children are you? Why are you here? When are you leaving?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But I think that has really changed it. The concentration of dealing with what's really there.
Yeah.
It shifted to the address.
Interesting. Just picking up on that, as we so much pressure is put on mothers, just right from the beginning. What is the role of the father in this service, and sort of, is the mother, as you're coaching the mother on sort of parenting, are you also coaching on sharing and shifting responsibilities and balancing responsibilities with, co-parents or partners or what have you?
Well, that's a beautiful question. That's a wonderful question. And it also depends on who comes to the table.
Okay.
Who comes to the table? Because you have to remember too, the dynamic is, again, you have to want to come for it. You have to want to come to my house, right?
Yeah.
Something else that we do is called fathering with intention. We have mothering with intention.
Oh, you do? Okay, perfect. So you've got the other side.
Right. But here's the thing. Usually it is the mother coming, right? And so respectfully, we deal with whoever is in front of us.
Yeah.
Because usually what happens, if it's just one, now both parents are coming, my session was late, before, because the whole family was there. So everybody's digging in.
Yeah.
Right. But the call before that it was just mom.
Yeah.
Just mom. Dad is getting ready to get on a plane and go somewhere.
Right.
So the whole goal is, respectfully speaking, you have to deal with you.
Whoever's present.
You have to deal with you.
Okay.
Right. And what will happen is, as you evolve, it will attract father.
Yes. Yes.
As the integration of what their desires are, and go back and really replay the tape of what they've asked you,
Yes.
right? You know,
Yes.
why can't get the kid out of our bed?
Yes.
Oh, but you know, they need get the kid out of.
Yes.
Oh, but you know, they're not gonna
The-
get the kid out of my bed.
yes.
I need my wife back. You know, I'm
Yes.
not gonna go any deeper than
Yes. Right. I'm there. Yep.
you know, 1 year old, 2 years old, 3 years old,
yeah.
and you're trying to you're mad. So to your point,
Yeah.
we deal with the table, right? And again, if they see you changing,
Yeah. It'll
and
naturally.
if they see creating compassion for them, because the other part is they may not be there yet, but as you become aware, you become more compassionate, and you're able to have compassion and extend compassion to where it's like, all right, I got it, no problem, I see. Oh, you're not ready to talk right now, it's fine.
Yeah.
Because I've changed.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Oh, you no longer, why can't, in your mind, why can't you help me pick up these toys?
Yes.
Well, you start bringing boundary back to, wait a minute.
Yeah.
These kids got two good hands.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why have I liberated myself
Yep.
and set time to pick up these toys now so that I'm free on the inside, loving my kids. And so when I'm with the father, I'm free, I'm good. So what would you know, how are you doing? What would you,
Yeah.
I'm not bringing that to the table, and everybody's happy. And so now he's got a happy wife or a happy partner, and he's leaning in. Oh, next thing you know, oh yeah, do what your mother said now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're like,
What's happening
never
here?
heard that before. Mother and father saying it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
mother said, go to bed right now.
Radical alignment. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's funny. One of my biggest ahas just in, parenthood is, yes, my husband and I are values aligned, but it doesn't mean we show up in the same way for our kids. And at some point I had to say, because I'm a bit of a type A. So I got the homeschooling calendar. So we're doing this time of day, but honey, I need you to cover these lessons. And that's your program. That's your program, right? And that's,
Right.
and yes, that's great. So I had to at some point say, okay, you know what, this is not a reflection of how good or bad a parent we are. We're showing up differently, and they need both styles. We're still headed in the same direction. And that was a big moment.
That was the shaming, because, one thing we speak to that specific right there is we talk to them and we talk to families in terms of superpowers.
Yeah.
And you gain a different perspective, right?
Yeah.
A superpower. What's your superpower? Well, mine is to stay calm at all times. Well, mine turn up on your behind if you don't get it done right. Well, we're like,
yeah, right.
right?
The A-team. The A-team.
And then the type A person is like, okay, you know what? Maybe I need to bring it down.
Yeah.
Maybe I sit and ask him, well, what are your thoughts about school?
Mm-hmm.
And let him color in what he thinks. And then when he's that, it's like, oh, and soon it'll be like, oh, I got the coloring. Come over here, kids. Now pick up this crayon. And even though in the back, oh, let him do it. Oh, he's speaking so harshly to them. No.
Yeah.
Pick up that crayon. I don't care if you're 3. Pick it up. Pick it up right now. And then y'all like,
I'm having flashbacks here. So when you look up and out, what do you see for your business? What's your vision for the future?
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm taking notes.
Oh my God. The whole vision is that we serve 10,000 families next year. We're going to serve 10,000 families. How we'll break that down is every family that we speak to, that mother or that family will then create their own community, their own tribe, and then they will begin to intentionally impact the world of parenting. I just believe it. I talk like it every single time. If you ask me the same question when I wake up at 2:00 in the morning, I'm going to say the same thing. We're going to impact 10,000 people in the world, and we're going to do it. every parent that we contact, they're going to then begin to impart what they got about grace-based parenting, and they're going to create their own tribe. And then that's the way that we will impact the world. Do you want me to say it again? Anytime you say it, I'll say it.
I'm here. PocketSuite's going to help you. You're going to tell us what we need to do to get, we've got thousands of mom running businesses who have networks who I need to hear what you've got to say. So I'm excited. And I personally am going to sign up and learn more about how I can do grace-based parenting. Because God knows there's sometimes I'm no grace, no grace.
Right.
So
well, is January. Like I said, winning the heart of your daughter. I don't care how young they are. The principle.
Perfect. Oh no, I've got a wily one, 3 years old, and already got me under her thumb. So I'm there. I'm there.
Yes.
So very excited. So send some information out. We're going to get it out on Instagram, on Facebook, out to the community. So 2 final questions. Any advice you have for the PocketSuite community?
In terms of how? What do you mean? Because I had a great session today with one of the reps.
Oh, yay. So you've got all these entrepreneurs who are in every industry you can imagine, and they're all focused on the same thing, which is living their best life, serving their clients, and doing their best work. This is a tough time. Even for those who are, doing well, it's a tough time. And so anything that's just kept you grounded and on the path that you'd be willing to share.
I think one of the things that has kept me grounded is don't forget why you started. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, don't get so, big up into the numbers that you forgot that one number, or that first person that said yes, or that first person that clicked, beyond the $100, sale. Yeah. Don't forget that, because it was the essence of that continues to drive you, right? And then the other part is, when another small business like, myself comes your way, be sensitive. Like, if we could just remove the, I got mine, and I don't think that this community is like that, because, even like I said, my whole session today was like, oh, I've been reborn. Oh, God, thank you. That's what that was for. That's what I'm paying for. Oh, I love you. Right. And so I think if we, we keep that together, I think that it will be, I think PocketSuite will be amazing. It's already amazing. But if that was the energy, that's really, the call I got today, just the fact that it was a personal call. Yeah. And it was minutes. Yeah. Right. It wasn't beating around the bush. It was minutes. But if that's the energy behind the staff and the mission, oh my God, that's only going to attract, right? Yeah. So
that's awesome.
I think that's what make us amazing. Don't forget. And then number 2, don't forget.
Don't forget. The North remembers. I love it. Don't forget. Don't forget.